Hello, amazing people, and happy Tuesday. I'm so excited about tonight's show because I feel like it's going to be a lot of healing from this show. A lot of understanding. I wanted to really talk about what happened with Will Smith at the Oscars tonight. It ties into my message tonight, but I do want to let people know that tonight you can call in. Oh yeah, listen, we getting it popping. We're getting it popping. Just like a lot of people that have been following me since the beginning, and you were around for my talk show, you already know how this goes. You already know how this goes. I'm going to put the call in number because everybody's not comfortable, with coming on video. And that's fine. I'm going to put the call in number in the comments so y'all have it. I'll let y'all know when I start taking calls. I always will let you know when I start taking calls. Um, and you can call in, give your opinion, how you feel, things like that. But we're gonna okay, okay, good. We're good. Hello, come on in, amazing people. I'm excited. I miss talk show form. I miss people calling in. I really miss that part of things. But it's okay. We're back. We're back and we're in full effect. Um, okay, here we go. Here we go. We're good. Um, Tonight, my talk show topic was Black men. I'm sorry. It ties into what happened with the Oscars with Will. I know a lot of people. I've read a lot of opinions on what happened, and I really wanted to touch on some things that how I felt about it. Um, I love Will as an actor. For a very long time. I think a lot of us grew up watching him, and becoming a fan. Um, I really feel like when the infidelity part came out about his wife, I feel like, a lot of people, like other times, took the woman's side, even though, she was the one that cheated. There was excuses like, oh, Will probably had side chicks too. That's not the situation. That's not what was said. That's not what was reported. So why justify what Jada did as in, oh, Will must have had cheated before too, it's like people totally disregarded that, she disrespected her marriage because that's what she did. And when Will was emotional about that, I feel like the people on social media laughed at him. That's what they did. I'm not going to say I feel like that. That's exactly what happened. People were laughing at Will because he was emotional about it. His feelings were hurt. He's a human being. People don't act like that when women get cheated on. It's a total opposite. The man is just a dog, downright wrong. You need to leave him. Things like that. The energy is different when it comes, from a man to a woman. Um, I don't feel like a lot of people are saying that they felt like Will was protecting Jada at the Oscars. I don't feel that way. I don't feel like he was protecting her at all. Um, That's not the definition of protecting the person that you're in a relationship with. I would never want the person that I'm in a relationship with um to do that. Just let's take that off the table. Okay? Let's say that someone said something to you that really hurts your feelings. That does not give you the right to hit them. You might hit them. It doesn't give you the right to hit a person though. Not behind words. Not to see if Chris Rock had did something, to her, or even another situation, a person did something to somebody. Yeah, of course, your significant other isn't going to allow someone to just harm you, or hurt you or touch you physically or whatever. But words, I feel like that was uncalled for. I feel like Will is going through something emotionally, and like other men, where are his outlets at? Social media laughed at him when he cried about the situation. What type of help was offered to him? What was he supposed to do? I feel like he projected that energy that night. That's what I felt that was. A lot of women, I don't understand the mindset of, oh, Will was protecting his wife if y'all mad about it. What? That's not protection. He should have never put his hands on that man. Period, point blank. Um, I watched an interview with Jim Carrey today, which was it had a lot of substance in it. Um, I'm gonna try to play it. It had a lot of people may not have heard it, but it had a lot of substance in it. Let me see if I could pull it up. And I agreed with what he said. He was actually interviewed by Gail. That's who he was interviewed by. He was interviewed by Gail. And how can I do this? Okay. I'm gonna play this clip. Oh, is this saying it's not available anymore? Okay. It's available. Of course, we have to listen to an ad before it comes on, but I felt like here it goes on CBS this morning.
Welcome back to CBS Mornings. Will Smith's slap across Chris Rock's face at the Oscars on stage on Sunday has been met with some strong opinions and a divided response.
Let's fast forward to Jim Carrey.
Interesting. It's violence, right? And then you have to should point out that he did not in the room at the time, and
can buy the standing ovation.
Okay, here it goes. Here goes Jim
and then
Carrey.
What happened after?
Listen.
I was sickened by the standing ovation. I felt like Hollywood is just spineless, en masse. And it really felt like, oh, this is a really clear indication that we're not the cool club anymore.
There was some question today about if anyone else had walked from the audience and done that, they would have been escorted out by security or maybe even arrested. The police asked Chris if he wanted to file charges. They asked Chris, do you want to file charges? And Chris apparently said, no, he did not.
He doesn't want the hassle. I'd have announced this morning that I was suing Will for $200 million because that video is going to be there forever. It's going to be ubiquitous. That insult is going to last a very long time. If you want to yell from the audience and disapprove or show a disapproval or say something on Twitter or whatever,
right.
You do not have the right to walk up on stage and smack somebody in the face because they said words.
No, I agree. I think we all agree on that. I just thought, Jim, that it escalated to.
And I agree with that. I really agree with what Jim Carrey is saying. That is going to be around for a long time. That's going to follow Chris Rock for a long time. I'm not saying Chris Rock should have filed any charges. I think Chris Rock understands, that really wasn't projected towards him. I don't think it is. I think I love Will. I watched the movie last night with him, King Richard. I love him, his work. But I think Will needs some help. I feel like his wife is the reason he's this way. I don't know them personally, but by what we've seen, it seems like maybe he had a meltdown. Maybe it was a nervous breakdown. Maybe it was, I gotta protect my wife, or just maybe I feel like also sometimes in life we may go through things and in a trigger. So at the Oscars, that could have been a trigger. Did Will handle it right? No. He did not handle that correctly. I was kind of saddened. I didn't understand that happened at the Oscars. Like, what? Will Smith? Nah. But then I seen it and I'm like, oh, wow. Because at first he was laughing. Jada was the one that had a crazy, look on her face. Not him. He thought it was kind of funny. But I guess because she looked the way she was looking, he felt like he had to protect his wife. But I don't want men to think that that's the way that you have to protect the woman that you're with. there's a lot of women that get off on things like that. They get off on. I posted a video, it didn't get much traction. I didn't think it would. I also I'm in TikTok jail because I posted this video with a black woman saying that it turns her on to see a white police officer handling a black man. That's what the world has come to. I know some women that, you know, they think that that's love and showing love, their man, you know, fighting over them, you know, or fighting about them. They feel like that's love. Why would if you love that man, why would you ever put him in a position to fight over you? Why would you ever put him in a position to fight about you? But those are the things that we need to think about. I see situations like that all the time where two guys are going through it, you know, and guns are involved and violence is involved, and they're going through it over a woman. But why would the woman put them in that type of situation? These are the conversations we don't have, but they're important. I feel like Will Smith is suffering inside as a man because who do black men vent to? Where do black men go for help? And that's why I labeled this live black men, I'm sorry. Because I do. I feel some type of way that black men have to just walk around and carry so many different things just inside. Because they don't want to be called weak. They don't want to be called soft. So it's like, oh, I just have to hold this in because if I do anything else, the world is going to label me. When Will even became brave enough to cry, people laughed and made jokes all over social media about him crying. Why is it funny that a black man cries? Is it funny that your son cries? Is it funny that your nephews cries? Is it funny when your brothers cry? Is it funny when your father cries? But I don't even think people think that deep. But I'll start taking calls now. If you need the call-in number, let me know. But the lines are open right now to take calls. Ashley said he would have gotten support had he decided to make some changes. He kept doing the same thing. Then people talked about how Will was like Jada never cheated. The reasons why he said that, who knows? But we're not going to sit up and we're not going to act like there are some women out here that do some devious things that make men go crazy. We're not going to do that. Just like women feel like, there's things that men do that make women act a certain way. Oh, I wouldn't act like this if you wouldn't have did what you did. And there's some black men that wouldn't act the way they acted if some women didn't do the things that they did. Like it's not a turn on to see two men fight over you. That's not funny. Because you know what? For the people that think that is funny, what if somebody dies? Do you even care? Men are different from women. If us women, we're gonna go fight somebody, we're gonna go and fight them. We're gonna go pull their hair. And not saying that this is right, but back in the day, we're gonna go fight them. We're gonna go, pull their hair, things like that. Hold on one second. Hello. Hello. Caller, you gotta turn me down.
Okay.
You have to turn me down. Like on the video.
Oh, I see. Okay.
It's okay. Can you hear me?
That better?
Yeah, I can hear you clearly. You want to weigh in?
Okay. Hey, Shalakemia, this is Ashley. How are you?
Hi, Ashley.
Okay. I'm so hurt for black men behind this. But I feel like you just made a comment a few minutes ago about Will not getting any support.
Mm-hmm.
My opinion is, had he decided to do something different instead of trickling down, because that wasn't even the first time he decided, I'm not going to leave or make any changes in my bad relationship and get on TV. A couple years back, he was on Barbara Walters, and he made a statement that, divorce was never going to be an option because he didn't want to be known as a two-time divorcee. Well, I mean, that was him giving Jada gas, wood, and a match.
just do whatever you want. I'm never gonna leave. So then all of this takes place with. I mean, let's be honest. She's a predator. That was a child she was laying up with.
Yeah.
Anybody friends with your son as a child? And then he gets on your red table. First of all, I've never been on there. That was a bad move. But to get on there and then cry and then do absolutely nothing different, I think that's why he didn't get any support. Like you can't ask for support and understanding and help if you're not gonna do anything different.
Right.
So for me, the Oscars was just a culmination of him being stuck in, I'm not gonna leave, I'm a simp, because that's what that was. That was the greatest example of simping I think we will ever see. Because there was absolutely nothing about what Chris Rock said that warranted any of that. It didn't warrant anything but what it got, which was a laugh. Because if Jada had been about something other than trying to look for something to be offended about, the minute he said G.I. Jane 2, can't wait to see it, I would have been like, let's get together and remake that and give this to y'all with some soul. That's where she should have been, instead of wanting to try to be upset about this so-called condition that she's had for years. Like, let's be for real. So, Will, you sitting there laughing, then you see she's, because she wouldn't even look all that pissed off to me. We're going to be real about it. I've seen the video several times. She didn't look all that bad. Then you decide to get up and then go and completely emasculate and disrespect another black man. Like, come on, bro. If that had been Kevin Costner sitting up there saying that, or Woody Harrelson, that would not have first of all, it wouldn't have happened. And then if he did find enough gumption to go up there, he would have got stoned. He would still be getting stoned right now. The way I see it, if you're not going to make any changes, one, there's no need to be pissed off, and there's no need for all these grand gestures. Because that's what, in his eyes, that's what that was. That was a grand gesture to show, I love my wife, I support her. It don't matter. Well, clearly she don't love and support and care about how you feeling, because she got on the TV, well, the internet rather, and told the world she was laying up with children.
Yeah.
Like, Will, come on. See, he need to call me. And then he'd have been fixed a long time ago, because this is ridiculous. But I have to say, Chris Rock, that was the epitome of class. How to handle yourself when you don't have but a split second to make a life-changing decision. Because if you go back and actually saw somebody, they posted it, and it was in like super slow-mo. There was a split second where he had his hand balled up, where he was getting ready to give Will the business. But then I guess he was like, okay, I'm in the contract. I'm not trying to lose my accreditations and status and all of this. I'm going to just, like, is this really happening? Because that was kind of his stance once everything, took place. But just for us to be in a place in America, because we don't experience this in other parts of the world. I don't care what people tell you. I've been, and I have received nothing but top-notch treatment and respect from other countries, where Black men mean nothing to everyone, including Black men, is pathetic. This is completely pathetic. Black men, I have to say, I know you guys hear all the time, and I actually was watching Kevin Samuels, and they were talking about that. The first thing Black women want to scream is, oh, I love Black men, but then it's followed by, 35 different things about what's wrong with them.
Yeah.
I love Black men, I do, but I actually like being around Black men. I like their energy. I like being able to have a conversation. Yeah. I like being able to express myself. Yeah. So Black men, thank you for that. Yeah. Because it's rare. And I was just talking to my little sister a couple hours ago. Most Black men don't really have the opportunity to be told that by Black women. Yeah. So Black men, I love you guys. I enjoy being around you. And don't let the foolishness of other people, especially Black women, dull your shine.
Thank you, Ashley, for that. Thank you, because our Black men, they need that for real, for real. They need that. They need that. But thank you so much.
Thank you. Keep up the good work, Shalakemia.
Thank you so much, Ashley.
All right, you guys take care.
Okay, you too. Bye. Another thing that Hello. Hello.
Hey,
Hi. How are you?
how you doing?
Good.
I'm fine. I'm just calling. I'm calling because I'm watching you right now. And I've been following you for a minute. I like how you stick up for black men. My thing is, well, first of all, hi everybody. My name is Max. You can check me out on Facebook anytime you want, Max Keys. I just wanted to say this, yo. When are y'all gonna stand up for all black men? Not you, baby, but when the all women is gonna stand up for all black men? We've been standing up for a long time.
Right.
And black men, we need to stand up for each other too. When was the last Million Man March? Why don't we get our own Black Man March?
We can do that. We can absolutely do that. We need to.
You know, that's where I'm looking towards. You know, I have a program that I run every Saturday that I really talk about a lot of things that's going on as far as us men.
Okay.
We need to figure a way how to come together and put ourselves in a situation where we all can sit down collectively and talk on how to stop a lot of this drama situation that we brought to ourselves.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely, you're right, Max.
That's just what I feel. I'm sorry about Will Smith in that situation. He was standing up for his lady, but in a way, she should have just told him to chill, fall back.
Exactly.
Let's talk about this later on.
Exactly. I would have never allowed my man to do that. I wouldn't even have put him in that type of situation. I feel like when you're married, I feel like both parties' mental health is each other's responsibility in a way. I feel like that.
Exactly.
I feel like my man's mental health is my responsibility. My mental health is his responsibility. Our mental health together is our responsibility. If we need to go and get counseling, we're going to get counseling. But see, people don't do that. They just want to live in the toxic. I'm not going to sit up here and allow my man to do that to his self, his image. I wouldn't do that. That's selfish.
Right.
Chris Rock could have pressed charges. You know what I mean? Thank God he didn't, because Will Smith, the proof is right there. She didn't even, it's like you don't even care that your husband was putting himself in a position to probably go to jail. You see what I'm saying?
Exactly. You're right. And this is what I'm saying, the same thing. Like, ladies, y'all need to stop listening to these artists that's feeding telling you what to do with y'all men, and most of them are married when they go home behind the closed door. Y'all don't even know what's going on. So the records alone the records out here can definitely take a woman a different way, and just like the records could be out here to take a man a different way.
Yeah.
But we all need to set an example. Like, okay, what can we do to make everybody come together? We need to start listening to those records that brought us together. We keep on listening to the records that just making us break apart.
Absolutely.
You know, a lot of the records are mind control. So if anybody don't realize that the records you're listening to, it controls your mind, you are actually living off the media. You're not living off yourself.
Right. Absolutely, Max. Thank you, Max, for that. We appreciate you so much. Thank you for calling in.
Oh, anytime. And you keep doing what you're doing, girl. You the queen out here. We got your back.
Thank you so much. Have a good night.
You too.
Thank you. I just want to do a commercial break real quick and ask y'all, did y'all go get my new audiobook? Can I Be Your Best Friend? If you didn't, go to IamShalakemia.com. When we done here, don't go down. But when we done, as soon as we done, you go get that, because it's amazing. But back to, somebody said, yeah, she could have diffused that. Let me tell you something, right? If my honey tell me, right, he's angry, he's irate, somebody said something to him he did not like, I'm going to diffuse the situation. I am not going to allow him to leave out the house and go do something that will jeopardize his freedom, that will jeopardize himself. I'm not going to do that. I'm going to calm him down. Us women, we have a very powerful feminine energy that can calm a black man down. You see what I'm saying? We think in those type of situations, we think for them. And we make it make sense. Like, hold on, honey. I don't want you going out there risking your freedom, something happening, you being taken away from our family. It's not worth it. It's not worth it, baby. That's when we bring that energy and we talk some sense into them. She could have absolutely, I would have got up and I would have stood in front. And I'm like, don't do that. That's what I would have did. I'm sure she could have got up and she could have did that. I'm sure of it. I know there was a lot of people, sitting up here saying that this was staged. And y'all could stand on that. Y'all could stand on it being staged. But let me tell you something, right? I'm not being a part of something like that. Us Black people, we gotta stop doing that for a check. We gotta stop doing that. I know for a fact people do it for a check, okay? I think I told y'all before, there was a check on the table for me with a certain reality show. They wanted me to throw a drink on another woman, disrespect another woman, and act like we was going through it over a man. Absolutely not. What do I look like? Oh, y'all got the wrong one. Y'all gonna find the right one somewhere, but baby, it's not me. And baby, that check would have bought me the dream house I wanted. It would have definitely got me the dream house I wanted. I'm not doing that though. I've built my brand, I stand on my brand, and I stand by my mission. I'm not going on TV and I'm not going through it with another woman over a man. Even if it's staged, I'm not doing that. Come on, you have to understand when your image is on the line. You have to understand when your purpose is on the line, when you as the brand is on the line. You have to understand that. All money ain't good money. And I'm just addressing the staged part. I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that at all. I'm not doing that at all. And I understand that. I understand that it might have been staged. That would have been something. Now I'm not interested in doing that. You know, I just feel like it made Will look bad in a way. I hope he gets the help he needs. I really do. I hope he's able to get some help. I hope he's able to heal. But like as she shared with us, the comment that he made about not wanting to be divorced 2 times, that I think that is what's going to hold him in a toxic situation. When people know things like that, they take advantage. They take advantage. There's a lot of women that take advantage of men. There's a lot of men that take advantage of women because they know certain things. They know certain things. So they're gonna push you to that point. But him being so afraid of being divorced a second time isn't healthy for him, because you're going to stay in a situation and that you're possibly not even supposed to be in. Somebody said, I don't think it was staged. Um, does everybody have the call-in number? I know people are asking for the call-in number on YouTube. YouTube, do you have the call-in number? It's actually on this video if you don't have the call-in number. If nobody else has any doesn't want to call in about their opinion about Will and Jada and that whole Oscars thing, I'm gonna move forward deeper into our talk tonight. Tamika said he's been hurting for a while. It's in his eyes. I believe that. I don't think Will's like a bad person or anything like that. I don't think that. I don't think that. It just looked kind of crazy to us. That happened. The reason I labeled this Black Men, I'm sorry, because when do Black men ever get a sorry? Sorry, there's not enough mental health services. Sorry, there's not enough of awareness of what y'all go through. Sorry that the things happen to you, that things that weren't supposed to happen to you growing up happen to you. Sorry that your father wasn't around. Sorry that your mother wasn't around. Sorry that your mother hated your father and told you that you was going to be just like him. Whoever apologized to our Black men about things like that. Whoever apologized about, the Black men that are in situations and people act like they don't see what's going on, or they ignore it because it's a Black man and he's strong and he gonna get through it. He gonna be okay. That's how people sit up and they feel. And I felt like today that Black men deserve healing. Black men deserve an apology. Do y'all understand that Black women rather be friends in friendships with Black men over being in friendships with Black women? Why do you think that? Why do you think that? Why do you think you meet some women and they be like, oh, I don't hang with females, I hang with guys. And they hang with a lot of Black guys. But they're not hanging with Black women. You ever see that? Or think about things like that? I just wanted to bring that up. I just really wanted to, put that out there. And like Ashley was saying, the energy, with Black men is great. It's amazing. It's a lot of Black men out there hurting. There's a lot of Black men that have been molested, has been abused physically, coming up as a child, mentally as a child. Whoever apologized to them? Whoever told them I understand? Whoever, said it's gonna be okay. If you need a shoulder to cry on, I'm here. Whoever says that to them? There's not much empowerment for them. And I'm trying to change that. I'm trying to change that. I was looking at helping a family yesterday. And I couldn't with the resources available, I couldn't help the family because they were a family. Where do families go? Where do families go when they're homeless? People have a shelter for women when they're homeless, single mothers when they're homeless, single men when they're homeless. Where are the family shelters at? And why in some cities is there only one men's shelter, but there's 6 women's? There's a lot of things that need to be changed. I want men to come and start telling their stories more and not feel like if they tell their stories that they're weak or they're soft. I don't want that. I've been through a lot in my life and I've healed from a whole bunch and my healing feels good. I want Black men to feel good. I want them to feel good in their healing. That's what I want. I had a Black man come up to me one day and tell me he was molested. And his mom passed away and he never told her. Because that's not what men do. He said, I never told anybody but you. He said, I don't even know I'm telling you. I don't even know you. But I feel comfortable telling you this information. I said, how does that feel to finally say it? And he cried. You know why he cried? Because the burden isn't on him like it was. He said it out loud. He heard himself say it out loud. We're being selfish as Black women. We're being selfish. We're being very selfish. We're thinking about ourselves. We're not thinking about what Black men went through. Imagine you being molested and someone finds out, you've been molested and now you're called gay. That's the label that Black men get. When they tell you that they've been molested. I had a girl call in my show and say it. Oh, well, I'm gonna feel like because he was molested, he's gay now. That's the most ignorant thing you could ever say. You wouldn't say that to a woman. You wouldn't say that to a woman that was molested by another woman. But you're very comfortable with saying that about a Black man. You're very comfortable. Thank you, sis. Thank you, Shalanda. There was the number. Thank you, sis, so much. I'm glad I looked down because I see her put the number. That's the call-in number. But that's the craziest thing I heard. We don't. We don't. Hello, Claire.
Hey, Shalakemia, this Norman.
Hey, Norman, how are you?
I got better days.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, before I get to me, I'm gonna speak on Will Smith and Chris Rock all at the same time.
Okay.
Okay. First off, I know personally not to disrespect anybody's wife. You know what I'm saying? I know that personally. And that's for Will. But I encourage him to do that? No, I wouldn't. But here's the thing. The energy you put out is going to be the same energy you're going to receive. Okay. So we all know what Will has been through for the past 8 months. You know what I'm saying? And I don't play with anybody's pain like that. That you're just playing with fire when you do some stuff like that, man. I wouldn't do that ever. You know?
Right.
And oh yeah, and just so you know, if you guys look it up, Will Smith did slap a white guy to try to kiss him. Just to put that out there.
He did what?
You know, Will Smith slapped a white guy that tried to kiss him. That's some red carpet. Y'all can look that up for yourselves. Yeah. Okay. And in other words, shout out to Denzel and Tyler Perry for calming down both men for defusing the situation, because we need big brothers like that. We really do.
We do.
I mean, I wish I had a big brother that
that's needed
sometimes, but I don't.
Yeah.
You know, really, I don't. And to be honest, Jada was the one that put him through all that stuff. She was going to sleep around and stuff like that.
Slept with that child, though. That was a young boy. Like, you prayed on him, though.
Yeah. And not to mention, they were separated at the time. This is why I don't do separation. Either we're all the way in, we're going to work it out, or we're going to cut it off completely. Right. When you do separation, there's something in between. That's what some people don't realize. Okay?
Right.
Yeah, I don't do that separation stuff. You know what I'm saying? Really, I don't. Like, yeah, Will should have just cut that off a long time ago. He should have never went back to her.
Yeah.
He should never did that. And as for Chris, he knew that she had a certain disease that was going on with her skull or something that allowed her hair to fall out. But, you know, there's a time and place for everything. And both of them shouldn't really, you know, kick that off like that. Yeah, because, like, me as a black man, I'm going to say this personally. You can only put up with somebody's crap for so long.
Right.
Enough is enough.
Right.
You know? And it's like me personally, because I get why Will is so upset. Because when I was a kid, I had people talk crap about me day after day from family, so-called friends, and people that I hated personally.
Right.
But that one time, it only took one time. I didn't really have to do much. I only had to do that one thing back, and then you know I'm the one person in the world. You know? And that's the thing. Like, people think you're just supposed to just stand there and take it. But no.
You don't have to.
That person's going to explode. I've done that.
Yeah.
Numerous times myself.
Yeah.
There's times I took. You know?
I mean, that's not even thought about, though, Norman. Yeah. That's not thought about how men are different from women. Like I was saying, us women, you know, back in the day, we gonna fight, we gonna pull hair, we gonna roll around on the ground. Men act differently. You see what I'm saying? Y'all do, and we just have to be realistic about that.
Yeah.
I'm not putting a man in that position.
I'm just coming on here to trash Will? Nah. I'm speaking on both of their behalf.
Right. No, I understand.
Men need to feel that they're great protectors. They don't need to feel like they're...
But not like that, Norman. Not like that. Not like that. You know, I feel like as a woman, you can feel protected. And it don't gotta be all of that. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It don't gotta be all that. You don't, but like I said, some women are toxic like that. They want to see two men fight over them. They think that's cool. No, why would you? You don't really love that man if you put him in that type of position. And I stand on that. And I said what I said. You don't love him for real, like you say you do.
No. And especially this. And I'm glad you brought that up. Because, man, y'all have to understand, she cheating on both of y'all. Okay? Like, she know that she's married, but the other guy that she cheated on the guy with don't know that.
Mm-hmm.
And then they're gonna come on the blood and say, hey, what you doing, my girl? You doing, my girl? I'm like, bro, she cheating on both of y'all. Y'all need to be going at her, not at each other.
Who's cheating on both of who?
Huh?
You said who's cheating on who? Both of who?
I said, no, I was giving her an example. Say, she's cheating on both. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, like, y'all need to be going after her, not each other. Not saying either supposed, just like, you played both of us, like, confront her, you know? Yeah.
But you know what? Yeah. I wouldn't even to be honest with you, you know, and I think people have to start getting this mindset. Sometimes, you know, some things aren't worth confronting. Not when you know for sure, solidly, that this person did that.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I might want to know why did you do it? You know? But after that, I can't trust you anymore. Something's wrong. You see what I'm saying? I feel like something's wrong.
Once you lose that trust, it's hard to get it back. It's very hard. You know?
Mm-hmm.
It's very hard. Yeah. And like that's why, you know, I would be by myself a lot. Because people do ask like, Norman, why are you always by yourself?
Mm-hmm.
I said, because I'm not better at peace that way. Like, well, if one of y'all say something that'll tick me off that you know it's going to tick me off, I end up hurting one of you.
Right.
You already know the backlash about that.
Right.
And like when I was a kid,
mm-hmm.
I would be in my room a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Because like going to school, being messed with day after day,
mm-hmm.
and then get looked at as the worst person when I snap off,
mm-hmm.
and then having to come home and deal with the same stuff.
Right.
Day after day after day after day after day after day after day.
You're right, Norman.
I mean, that's nerve-wracking.
Right.
People don't understand how nerve-wracking that is.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
And it builds up on a person. But Norman, thank you for calling in. My line is blowing up. I see people continue trying to get through, but thank you for calling in and, you know, contributing to the show tonight.
All right. Well, yeah, when I call back, we really need to have a real serious conversation. Yeah.
Okay. Have a good night, Norman.
All right, bye.
Okay, bye. I seen Joan put in the comments, but she was not cheating. He said they both decided they were done with the marriage. Okay, Joan, let's say that they did agree on that, right? Let's say they did. Why did she have to be sleeping with the person she was sleeping with? Now we're gonna be real. If that was a man that was sitting up sleeping with his daughter's friend, y'all would have dragged him. Y'all would have said he was nasty, low down, dirty dog. Why would you deal with your daughter's friend? Nobody looked at the fact that she basically preyed on August. She preyed on him. There was no way that you were supposed to be dealing with him, period. Not when he was coming around and hanging with your son, you were out of order. You disrespected your marriage, but you disrespected your family. That's what you did. So let's say they did decide that. She shouldn't have been dealing, Joan, she shouldn't have been dealing with her son's friend. I'm just saying, if that was the situation, why your son's friend? Why that young boy? Because on social media all the time, y'all say that it's disgusting when y'all see a older man dealing with a woman that just turned 19 or 20. Y'all frown upon that. Why didn't nobody frown upon Jada? Even though she was wrong, Black women on social media made it like she was right. And that's wrong. That's wrong. Hello, caller. Hello.
Hey, what's up?
Hey, how are you?
Hey, how you doing? Can you hear me?
Yep, I can hear you.
I'm good. It's IamShalakemia, right?
Yes.
How you doing, man? My name is DeMarco.
Okay, DeMarco, how you doing?
I'm good. I'm good, man. I just called in, man, just to tell you that I love what you're doing, and I appreciate what you're doing.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, and a lot of people out there, trying to get things back right for the black man. You know what I mean? We do have it real tough. You know what I mean? It's tough out here for a black man.
It is. It's very tough. It's very tough. It's very unfair. Y'all have a lot stacked up against y'all. It's a lot, but I feel like it's a lot. But us as black women, we don't need to be coming and putting more on y'all. We
Oh
don't
yeah,
need to do that.
that's definitely true. Like me, like my main situation in my life, and I know in a lot of other men's life, that's good brothers like me, good fathers, is the unfair, outdated child support system.
Mm-hmm.
You know that crushes me, and a whole other black men like me.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? It's sad that they let the system allow a bitter female baby mama, whatever you want to call it, to take advantage of a man financially. You know, it's like a financial death sentence for 18 years.
I feel this is how I feel about that. I feel like parents that need to utilize the system because the parent just won't assist, I feel like absolutely. I also feel on the other side that there's parents that are willing to help out without the system, and I think that should be utilizing as well. But there's people that they use the system as a weapon. It shouldn't be used as a weapon. If you yeah, it shouldn't be used as that. I don't agree with that at all. I really don't.
Yeah, I mean, in most men cases, I mean, I know with myself, we don't mind paying child support. We just don't like being extorted. You know what I mean? Like me myself, I quit a great job, and I got another great job. You know what I mean? I'm a good working man, so I'm always saying with a good job. But
Right.
for them to have me paying $2,400 a month in child support, like, come on, man, that's crazy. You know what I mean? Don't no kid need no $2,400 a month in child support.
How many children?
One.
Oh, it's some people. I know people that don't get nothing.
Yeah, I mean, and it should be on some kind of like scale or level. Like this month, I'll be to have my daughter 20 days in the month of March. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
That means she only been home 10, 11 days this month. You know what I mean? What am I paying so much money for?
It's a lot of people.
She basically living with me.
Yeah, and those are the situations that are crazy, but we have to be honest. The child support system. Okay, so I feel like the system. I feel like it's broken anyway. I feel like it's designed to, I feel like it's designed against men, because how can you sit up here and tell a man, right, that we want you to pay for this child? And that's cool. The absent parent should contribute. So if y'all gonna come to the table and y'all gonna say, okay, you gotta pay for this child, then y'all need to have that same energy when it comes to that parent seeing that child. Why are a lot of fathers, why do a lot of fathers have to sit up here, pay for a lawyer, go through this, that, and the third to see a child they helped create? I don't agree with that.
Yeah, that's the thing, is it's all about money.
Yeah.
Because when you go to child support court, the first thing they should be talking about the parents being there for the child, instead of the money. Things that they.
Yep, I don't feel like I've worked for the county in different places, and I always said, well, why isn't there a system that where you sitting down and you saying, okay, you paying this month's support? And I've seen fathers be like, well, I can't even see why am I paying for a child I can't see? It's like get the whole thing together. That doesn't make sense.
Right. Yeah, I got a cousin that's going through that right now. You know what I mean? And it's crazy because before he got put on 2 overnights a week. You know what I mean? Him and his girlfriend, baby mom.
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
They was scoring 50-50. You know what I mean? But once the courts got involved, they took him down to 2 days a week. And he's a great father. Like, I don't get it. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I hope.
But I just called in, man, just to say, man, I love what you're doing, man. Keep it up, man. You're doing great things out there, man.
Thank you so much. I appreciate you. Thank you.
All right.
Okay. Have a good night. And you know what? I want to kind of tie that in. Like you see how, there's always more men that call into my show than women. But you see how people call in, and to be honest with you, the men, and they call in, and it might be a little bit off topic, and that's okay. But it's like, who do our men have to vent to? You see what I'm saying? Who can they let it all out to? Because like I've said before, some of our men are walking around like ticking time bombs. There's so many emotions, so many feelings, so much trauma, hurt, and pain, like down on the inside of them. What's their outlet? How do they release? Who's really available for them to talk to and just vent to and just be able to get it out? I'm like that with my boys. Like, I know how hard it is for Black men. And I'm like that with my sons. I ask my sons, like, is anything bothering you? You know what I mean? Are you going to talk about anything? And I love that we have that type of relationship because I don't want my boys to be ticking time bombs. I don't want that. And then they just blow up one day. We don't know what Will goes through behind closed doors. That the Oscars wasn't a blow up. It wasn't a trigger. It wasn't just something. I'm just gonna let it all out here, and I'm gonna regret it later. I just feel like a real woman don't put you in that position. She don't do that. It's like if you don't love that Black man no more, let him go. Let him go. There's somebody out here that's gonna love him. Let him go, but don't sit up and be selfish and keep a good person around for your own selfishness. That's wrong. You won't be blessed for that. It's ignorant. And that's what a lot of people do. That's what a lot of people do. They'll keep someone around because they're selfish. I feel like if Jada doesn't want to be with Will anymore and you want to do what you want to do, go do what you want to do. Don't hold on to him because he's a great man. Don't do that. Hello?
Hey, this is Joan. This is Joan Hampton. I had commented on the post.
Hi, Joan.
Hey.
How are you?
I'm good. I'm good. I just wanted to make a statement to expound on what you said. No, I do think that it is definitely wrong that she slept with August. Okay. Like she was sleeping with him. He was a young man. He was young. Not only that, he had mental health issues. Like Jada was older. I feel like she knew better. But I feel like that's totally separate from the incident at hand. I feel sorry for Will and Chris in that moment. Okay.
Joan, saying it's a separate incident is kind of it's a thin line. It's a thin line.
It is.
It's really not a separate incident though.
It is because what it stems from is Chris making those comments in 2016 about Jada, when Jada was making a stand for her husband not winning an Oscar and him getting up there doing the comedy bit, saying, well, Jada, it's like Rihanna's panties, you were not invited to the party anyway. So they have had bad blood since then. Like, when he keeps picking and he keeps poking and making fun of her. So that's what I wanted to found on and say about the whole incident. I don't think that feel bad for Will, but I do not feel like it's fair to lay this on Jada's feet either. Like, did she tell him to go up there? Hey, go up there and punch him. I think he had a moment. He had a moment of weakness when he reacted. Reaction.
So okay, so let me ask you a question, Joan, right? Say you are married and your husband stepped out on you, right? And everybody knew the girl that he stepped out with. When opportunity, presents itself, are you going to defend your husband?
If he steps on me and the opportunity presents himself, am I going
later down the line, are you going to, opportunity presents itself, are you going to defend your husband?
I'm going to, if I have to defend him, I will, but he was not in a place where anybody was threatening him.
Right.
He was saying, he was speaking verbally. He was, yeah.
No, I'm asking you, like, you're saying yes, you would.
You're asking me if I was in a situation, if I was in that same situation.
No, this is what I'm saying. I'm saying if your husband was to step out on you, right, and humiliate you, basically, later down the line, if he was in a situation and he needed defended, would you defend him?
Yes, if I was in a situation where I feel, if he was in a situation where I feel like he was being threatened physically and I needed to physically defend him, then I would.
Oh, okay. I was just asking a general question. No, it doesn't have anything to do with that because nobody touched Jada. Nobody hit her. They were words, and nobody has the right to hit somebody over words, except for, and I'm just going to be real. If someone calls me a nigger, I'm probably going to hit you. I'm just being real. I'm going to do that.
I'm so glad you mentioned that. I'm a licensed professional counselor. And one of the reasons why I didn't feel a type of way about Will hitting Chris is because Chris said, he sat down with Ricky Gervais and Jared Seinfeld a couple of years ago and let them know in a room full of white men it was okay for him to use the N-word. And Jared Seinfeld had to step in and say, no, that's not okay. And I never thought that was coming. Oh, wow. So, I mean, a lot of the stuff that he has done, I mean, it's Googleable. I'll go in here and post a link to it. I mean, a lot of stuff that he has done has really crossed the line in the Black community. And he has not stood up for us as a race. And he has sat among white men and said that it's okay, gave him the green light, say it's okay for you to say the N-word.
Wow.
This is not made up. So I didn't, I was like, well, Will, first of all, let me clap a little bit anyway for you getting the because he's old then. Mm-hmm. But I feel sorry for all parties all around. I love my Black men, and my heart goes out to Will because I feel like he is going through something. I hope he gets the counseling that he seeks.
Yeah, me too. I really hope that. But thank you, Joan, for that.
Thank you. Thank you so much, and I love you and the information you put out here and the love that you have for Black men.
Thank you so much. I appreciate you for tuning in.
Okay.
Okay. Have a good night. How do you call? I put the number. Y'all still don't got the number? I can't comment though. So somebody's gonna have to put the number up there again, and then I will pin the number. And I will just actually you put the number up there for me, and then I'll just keep it pinned up there so people can call in. I just missed a call from somebody, so you can call back. The lines are free. Now the super chat's not working for me for some reason. I don't know why the super chat. I don't know why it's not working. It's okay. But what I was just saying about Black men and like calling in and maybe talking about things is because they feel safe in this environment. Like Shalakemia understands. Shalakemia is going to listen, and I feel like that's what Black men have been missing. They've been missing us listening They've been missing us comforting them, understanding, being compassionate, respecting them. That's what they have been missing. And that's why I wanted to come and I wanted to say, I apologize. I wanted to say, I'm sorry. Hello. Hello.
Yes, I'm trying to reach. I'm trying to reach Shalamika.
Shalakemia, this is her.
Yes, how are you?
I'm good, and you?
I am well. I had to turn off the audio. Am I live with you right now?
Yep, you're live. Everybody can hear you.
Okay, I appreciate you. I wanted to say thank you, first of all, for liking a comment that I put out somewhere for some good content that I always listen to.
Okay.
And I also would like to, if I could have, give some content on what you are putting out right now.
Absolutely. Go ahead. Can you hear me?
Is that okay?
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
Yep. I said, that's fine. Go ahead.
Yes. I just want to say I was remiss in actually catching any content that you had because I was just covering all the other queens that are defending men in absolute righteousness for us as a people.
Mm-hmm.
So I want to apologize for that. I see your content, the thumbnail, and saying that you're sorry. Yeah. And I appreciate you saying that and being a platform and a sounding board for men specifically and black men, in general, that we can go and actually have a conversation with someone that is willing to listen and understand.
Absolutely.
And I just wanted to really just say that and say I love your show and I will forever be a subscriber now because you are very eloquent in the way you represent yourself.
Oh, thank you so much. I appreciate you.
You're very much welcome. This is a godsend, not from me. It's just coming through me. You know how it works.
I know how it works.
Yes. The healing process is just like that.
Okay. Yeah, we're in
so
this
I appreciate
together.
You once again, and to all the viewers, please just stay tuned. As this woman has a lot to offer, and y'all have a good evening.
You too. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Good night. Hey, caller. Hello.
Hello.
Hi.
Hello.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Hi, you're live.
How are you?
I'm good, and
yes,
you?
ma'am. Okay. Yeah. So here's the problem, right? Mm-hmm. The situation with black women is that they like to put a black man in a difficult position.
Okay. You said black women put black men in a difficult position?
Yes. Not all of them, but
right.
Some.
Yeah, I can agree with that.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
Because the problem is, if she really cared for him, she would have tried to control the situation.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
Right?
Mm-hmm. Okay.
So the problem is, we as a society, we always saying white people is this, right?
Mm-hmm. I'm listening.
But the problem is, we have a big problem in the black community, and right? And then before we can point fingers and the other side, we have to also take a deep look at our own to fix the problem that we have.
I agree with that. I agree with you. I agree with you.
Because the problem is that if you really care for him, do you think if you care for somebody, are you going to put them in a compromise? No. Do you, right? Are you going to put them in, a compromise?
No, because I love them. I love them too much. You see what I'm saying?
Okay then. And then the other thing that shocked me with this thing, they put their whole situation on the internet like crazy. You know what I mean? They expose themselves so much. They give people an open door to talk about it.
That's true.
Right?
That's true. They did.
Then now, for your husband to go on stage to do that,
Mm-hmm.
right? It's a very crazy situation.
It is. It is.
You know?
It is.
I mean, like, huh?
I said it is.
Yeah. It's, the thing is that we as black people, we have a very long way to go. Very long.
Right. It's not
You know what
impossible
I'm saying?
though. It's not impossible. And it's
Huh?
I said it's not impossible, to get it together. It's not. It's very possible for us to get it together.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay then.
Okay, thank you so much for calling in.
Yeah. Thank you. No problem.
Good night. I'm gonna try to get this out before the phone ring real quick. Um I think okay, so um someone said Will wouldn't have hit no one who would have stand up to him. He used Chris because he knew that he wouldn't defend himself. They didn't have to be equal height or weight, just another man who would have put him in his place. He sold Black America out when he did what he did. Hello, caller. Hello.
Hi, is this IamShalakemia?
Yes.
Are we live?
We are live. Everybody can hear you.
First off, I just wanted to say I'm a fan of your content and you as a black woman. The voice that you have for not only us men but women alike.
Mm-hmm.
To pull them on the right page and the right path.
Right.
I just wanted to say thank you for living out your purpose.
You're welcome. Thank you so much for that.
Now, what's the topic for tonight? Will and Jada?
It was kind of that, and then going into, the things that Black men go through that are ignored. I felt like this situation led up to some unhealed things in Will. And it's not just Will, it's a lot of Black men that have unhealed, situations, trauma, hurt inside of them. But where are the outlets? I feel like some Black men deserve an apology because the Black community and the Black women in the community have ignored the trauma that Black men have went through. They've ignored the sexual assault. They have ignored the domestic violence because he was a man. They ignored the mental abuse. It's been ignored. I feel like it's men right now because Black women say, oh, Black men don't want no good woman. I don't think it's about them not wanting a good woman. I think it's about trauma, and it's about hurt, and it's about so many Black men have experienced women that have no respect, no appreciation. There's too many expectations put on y'all. We will run around here and be like, oh, women will be like, oh, I was raped, I was molested growing up, I was touched, and all those things. It's like, oh my gosh, that happened to you. I'm sorry that happened. Who said sorry to the Black man though? Because a lot of them experience the same things. There's women predators in some people's families. You see what I'm saying? I had a Black man vent to me and tell me that his aunt violated him. And who was he supposed to tell? His mom? He said, was I supposed to tell my mom that her favorite sister violated me? Who was I going to tell as a young boy, somebody that a woman violated me? He said people would have looked at that like I should have enjoyed it.
So if I might add, it's long overdue. The oppression, not only of the nation, but our own people as a whole. Just attacking
each other and relationships and the family as a unit. And I just really believe, that our race is a strong race as far as it just being put down and stomped down so much. And it just reminds me of, just Bible story, of the Egyptians putting down, the children of Israel because, they might increase and then they might, overthrow and stuff like that. But in my own life, I just went through, a marriage, that was with a woman of another race, and now I'm with my kid's mom, but other women, and people can disagree with me, but I don't believe that other races know how to handle a black man like a black woman.
You better exactly.
I just experienced it, for myself. And maybe some guys have success and they wouldn't say certain things that they don't necessarily agree with. That's internal, from just doing laundry or just having a meal or something. Yeah. These things can be offsetting. So my point is, the oppression, I think it's generational. I think it comes from, the grandmother passed on to the mother and then, the daughter, that may be the person that you're with. And they experienced all type of hurt, harm, and danger. And then they, project that onto the black man and see him as the enemy.
That's true.
And and a lot of people, they resort to domestic violence, mental abuse, and things like that. But for the black man that just wants to be in the home and take care of the kids and the woman, we don't necessarily want to go that route. We want to, be, I guess, like a shield per se. And it's almost sometimes like, we become a punching bag, just because we don't want to resort to, violence or things like that. And it is tough,
Yeah, it is.
Weathering that storm.
It really is, and it breaks my heart because a lot of black men vent to me, and just hearing some of it, it hurts my heart so bad. Cause it's like I can't even imagine the hurt that you're going through. I can't even imagine holding something like that inside for a very long time. And that's why I felt like I know I didn't cause the trauma for black men directly, but I wanted to come with some type of comfort to just say, I'm sorry for how y'all been disrespected. I'm sorry for how y'all haven't been appreciated. I just really wanted to come and use that as a talking point to prove what I'm the I'm sorry part, but to also give y'all some comfort, just some type of comfort. Finally.
And I don't mean to cut you off, but that's exactly what is needed. Just that. That how many of us long just to hear, I'm sorry for the way that I spoke to you. I'm sorry for the way that I belittled you in front of our children. I'm sorry for the way that I disrespected you in front of others, knowing that you take care of us and you love us. No fruit of your own self, and that's why I listen to you, because I'm like, you know what, this is healing. It's healing for me. So wherever I don't, I'm a man of God. So, but I don't necessarily have any other outlets besides Holy Spirit. But to hear it from a woman that understands, to hear it from a woman who's gone through the fire herself and came out on the other side, to say that, it's like the healing salve. You know what I mean? And, it's just amazing. It's amazing. The content is amazing, and it needs to get out more.
I'm trying. I'm trying. This is I don't know how long you've been following me. I used to have a talk show. I was doing like 9.1 million a month, and because of what I was talking about, they shut my pages down and took them away from me, and I had to fight to get my pages back. It was too much healing going on, too much understanding. This is the conversations that they don't want us to have, because we as black women, we are healing to y'all as black men. We're healing to y'all. You see what I'm saying? We are healing to y'all. It's just some black women aren't tapping into that and they choose not to.
Purposely, because like you said in your other videos, selfishness.
Yeah, selfish. Yeah.
And I commented, on one of those pages because I was like, you know what? Either side doesn't deserve that, It's just like we refuse to love. And that's simple. Love one another as, I have loved you.
Yeah. We're supposed to. We're supposed to. And I'm glad I got you on here because there's too many women sitting up here like, oh, I'm a Christian and I'm a prophet. You ain't acting like one. You ain't acting like one because God ain't told you to sit up and disrespect no black man. God ain't told you to oppress one. God ain't told you to do that. You doing that from the flesh, baby. You
that
doing that from the flesh.
So tough.
You see what I'm saying? Then when
I have these conversations with people, about you and your content, and how many times, oh, is that, Shalakemia? Oh, yeah, I know about her. I don't listen to her. I don't want to listen to her. And I'm like, wow, nothing that she's saying is far from the truth. And it's like, the scripture says a prophet is not welcome in their hometown, but I would say Shalakemia not welcome amongst her own people because she's speaking that truth.
That's what the scripture says, that a prophet is not welcome among their own people and among their own town. Someone told me that a few years ago and it stuck with me. And it was told to me because on this journey, I'm going to have to understand that. Women that do not like to listen to my content do not want to grow. I have a lot of amazing women. I had a woman today, a beautiful woman. She bought my book, Can I Be Your Best Friend? Wow. Let me tell y'all something. Everybody that has bought my book since my birthday, Can I Be Your Best Friend? I have spoke to them on the phone. I'm making it my business to call each person that buys the audiobook. I called her. And this is her exact word. She's a beautiful woman, a beautiful spirit. She said, Shalakemia. She's like, you just what I needed. She said, I used to treat my husband bad until I started listening to you. She said, you are helping me grow as a wife, as a black woman. You know what I said on that phone? I told her, I said, you are powerful. I said, women ain't coming and admitting that. They can't even face themselves and say, I treat my husband wrong. I treat my boyfriend bad. I disrespect them. I don't appreciate him. I pushed him over the edge sometimes. They ain't coming to the table saying that, but they so real. And it's a hot girl summer. I'm not trying to hear none of that until you can be real with who you are in the mirror. Ain't no plastic surgery going to do it. You got to be real with you. And they're not being real.
Like, are you, and I think it's like, why are you so afraid to grow? Why are you so afraid to love? Why is that darkness just so wonderful that, you can't come out and enjoy the sunset, the sun.
It is wonderful to them. It is wonderful to them.
Because it's so much more than, that same old, you just getting power off of saying whatever you want to say to a man in front of the kids, in front of your parents, and belittling because you feel like you don't have power, but your power is in being that wife, being that woman, standing next to your man, supporting him. That's where the purpose is.
Absolutely. But you know what? A lot of the women,
that's the creation.
Right. A lot of women that don't want to listen to me or go up against what I'm saying. I'm gonna tell you, in you're going to understand what I'm saying. A lot of people are going to understand what I'm saying. There was a group of women that was trying to come up against my book coming out. My book is called How to Love a Black Man. I haven't released it yet. It was women plotting, trying to come up against the book. And it was a lot of women. I'm telling you, my page will have 1 million. I will be reported 1 million times, y'all. I can't even make this up. My page is reported all the time. And that's how I said, you know what? I'm on the right path because ain't no way these people is taking time out their day to sit up here and continue to report me, little old me. In no man's land in Pennsylvania. Like, there's no way. And do you know, I tell people all the time, be careful who you come up against. You see what I'm saying? Because God is real. Be careful who you come up against. This one lady that was with these women doing this stuff, always being smart on my page, always talking about you sitting up bashing black women, the uphold black men. Do y'all know that her son had a baby? And the baby's mom was keeping the son away from her, keeping the baby away from her and her son. Do you know she had to come back and apologize to me? That's how crazy it is. You have to be careful because you may be put in the very situation you're going up against. You may experience it.
Touch not my anointed, do my prophets no harm.
Right. Right.
Vengeance is mine. I will repay, saith the Lord.
Exactly. And that's why I let them people keep reporting me, get my page taken down. Do what you got to do. If that's what make you feel better, do what you got to do. But you don't have the power to stop me.
That's another part of it too. It's like, why do you feel empowered to bash another person? Why do you feel empowered to dismantle and destroy what somebody is building for the good?
Because they don't understand that. We already know who they working for. We already know who they working for until destruction come. Then they trying to pray. You see what I'm saying? Then you want to run and you want to get on your knees and you want to tell God you're sorry and you should have never did it. You should have never did it. I know who sent me. Right.
Call on the government. Call on that money you worship. So
right. Exactly. I know who sent me, and that's why I'm not backing down. I know who sent me. I know who blessed me with the wisdom. I know. Nobody got the power to stop me. God said it's time. It's time. He told me I created black men too. I didn't just create black women.
And that's the other narrative that, I don't like to just say the feminist agenda or something like that. I would just like to say, just women just want to place themselves above a man. And, and there's order to society for a reason. And God called both of us for different purposes.
Exactly.
So I think for a woman to try to fit in both seats at the same time, it's crazy.
First of all,
I just think if everybody stays in their lane, stays in their own path, everybody gets along just fine.
Exactly. No, we're gonna call a spade a spade. The feminism was never created for black women. See, some black women have to stop doing is jumping on a bandwagon. Stop jumping on something you don't even know nothing about. They don't even know what feminism is about. It's just like, oh, I'm a woman. It's a bunch of women over. I'm gonna go and join them. You don't even know what you're signing up for.
Spell it.
Like, that's crazy. You signing up to go against something that's going to go against your son that you birthed out of your body. I will never understand a black woman that hates black men and you birth black men into this world. I will never understand that. That's retarded to me.
But then you lift up your son as a golden child while you're berating that black man. Might as well get a gun and shoot yourself in the foot.
Right. Just like they run around and, oh, the future is female. Then you got all these women talking about, oh, the future is female. And where does that leave your son? Are you crazy? Are you crazy or are you slow? Where does that leave your son? What are you going to tell your son? I don't support that the future is female stuff. I don't support that.
And there's the emasculation right there.
Exactly. Somebody sent me a t-shirt.
Well, go grab your son and cut his balls off.
Somebody sent me a t-shirt that said the future is female. I burned it. I burned it. I'm not wearing that. I have two sons and I have bonus sons. I'm not wearing that. My sons are going to be great. The ones I birthed and the ones I didn't birth. They're going to be great. They're going to walk in their purpose. God did not just create women. He created men too. If it was supposed to be a woman's world, he would have just created us. But people don't understand they're going against God. They just don't realize it till they get burnt. Or they in a situation and they don't understand why they in that situation. Then you realize you was wrong. You was wrong. There's too many women sitting out here screaming Christian, screaming I love God. How? How? I don't understand it. Yeah, I don't understand that. God ain't told you to disrespect your husband. He ain't told you to tear your husband down. He ain't tell you to have your mom, your sister, and everybody else in your marriage. I just came to tell the truth. I just came to tell the truth. That's all.
And I just don't want to, continue to just bring it on black women. It's us men too. We need to rise up to the occasion as far as our relationship and get our spiritual fervor up with God, so that we can walk in our purpose and we can not just be alone in this. That we got backing by heaven. You know what I mean too. And you know what, Shalakemia, that's what's happening in my my situation, my relationship now. The Lord. I noticed the more that I just focus on Him, and I stopped trying, to bring up the issues that God is working on her, and He's doing it. Yeah. That I don't have to, necessarily do too much or say too much, because, He's working behind the scenes. He's bringing those people into her life, that speaking into her life the correct things. These helpers.
Absolutely. You keep God first.
And I just sit back and do what I have to do.
Yep, you keep God first. You just make sure that you're understanding and you're compassionate. One thing people have to understand: stop looking for a perfect mate. None of us are perfect.
Yep. Two imperfect people.
Yeah, none of us are perfect. Look for somebody that's trying, somebody that care about you, somebody that love you, somebody that got your back, somebody that cares about your mental health, somebody that cares about you. Stop looking for somebody to come perfect. That's why a lot of women are going to be alone with a cat. That's why.
So that's what you mean by the false expectations.
That's why they're going to be alone with a cat, because they're looking for somebody to come perfect and 100% together, and they're not even together. They're not even together. But nobody around them is telling them that. Nobody around them is being real with them.
Because they fit around themselves a unit that's gonna, support their madness.
Yeah, that's how it.
And it's like, who gonna get in there now? You can build yourself a wall, a moat around you with crocodiles.
Yeah, but I thank you for calling in. The line is blowing up. I thank you so much. I'm telling you, this was powerful. This was powerful.
Okay, Shalakemia, thank you for having me on. You're a beautiful black woman, and I love you.
Thank you so much.
Have a good night. I'm watching the show
now. Okay, Daphne. How do I? All right, let me. I know I'm gonna get another call real quick. I gotta mute it real quick though. So Daphne said, "Not all black men are good men. You can love them all you want, and they still hurt you and betray you. I love my black men. I have great sons. However, black men need to learn how to love us black women that love them and support them too." And I'm glad that Daphne said that. Because there are black men that Daphne and everybody else, there are black men that have 100% loved, a black woman, and they got hurt, they got cheated on. We don't think about that. We just think about, oh, black men cheat on black women. No, black women cheat on black men too. There's some amazing men out here that have been hurt. So Daphne, sometimes when they get to us, we like, well, hold up, just let me love you. I'm not like your ex, and I think a lot of black men, like, I don't think it's registering. So I do want to touch on that tonight and speak to black men. There's a lot of black men in my comments that say I've given up on love. I've given up on black women. No, we don't need you to give up. We don't need you to give up. We need you to heal. That's what we need you to do. Another thing is, I don't mind being with someone that has been broken, that has experienced some trauma. Who hasn't? We still got triggers from when we were teenagers and we was growing up. But I do want to be with somebody where I'm compassionate about them and their healing and what they've been through, and they're compassionate about me and what I'm going through, because I feel this. I feel us as black women, I feel that we have a strong healing spirit. Black men have strong healing spirit too. There's black men that can come in your life and show you, like, listen, I'm not like the other ones. I'm here to love you and care about you and protect you and be a provider. That's what, healing is. Sometimes healing is being with someone, you know what I mean, that's showing you something different. So um I'm not going to say that, I'm never saying all black men are good and great. What I'm saying, there's some great ones out here. There's some other ones that need some work. That's true too. But what I'm saying, I want black men to be accepting. Please don't sit up and treat the next woman, like you should have maybe treated your ex. Don't do that. You dealing with a whole different type of woman. Please be receiving of love. Don't back up because this woman is showing you too much love or showing you that she care. You that. I think that's what's wrong too, Daphne. They never been with a caliber of woman like us. So they don't even know what that feel like. They don't even know what that look like. Some men don't even know what it look like to be respected or appreciated or valued. They don't know. They just don't know. So I got another call. Somebody was just called. Oh, this person been trying to get through for a long time. Okay, so I opened the phone lines back up if you want to call in. Hey, how are you?
Hi, is it Shalakemia?
Yes, yep, this is me.
Hi, my name is Ebony. I'm from Jersey. I was just watching you live, and I just want to let you know that I love you. I've been following you for a long time. And just thank you so much for putting the word out there about holding other women accountable. Mm-hmm. I'm a little nervous, but I just wanted to know if I could just comment on, I guess, going from the last person you had on the line, or what he was talking about when it comes to women accountability, and wanting to hold the dominant position between women and men.
Okay, go ahead.
So as I was listening to the gentleman, I did have to agree that unfortunately you have women who they like to talk a lot of mess because they've been taught that from their mothers. From a young age, that this is okay, this is how you treat a man. They don't know no better. And then when they do are presented with better, as in listening to your show, or other platforms who say some of the things about men's rights, men's health, mental health, it's like a reality check. And it's like, wow, I can be wrong. But then that might break them down completely. So they'd rather believe delusion.
Right.
And then with the topic, I know it started off with Will and Jada, and let me know if I rant, because I don't want to overtalk you or anything like that.
You're fine.
I just wanted to say that that situation blew up. I had a friend of mine contact me about it, and it was definitely a split decision where people felt he was wrong. People felt he was right. He was definitely wrong. And I had a conversation about that with a friend of mine who was just like, well, that's his wife. And regardless, you're at the Oscars.
Right.
You have a certain expectation. You're a celebrity. You have to hold yourself to a standard.
Right.
You could have easily handled it another way. Easily.
Agreed.
And the drawback is that now he has even more attention, negative attention, towards himself, his family, and Jada. For somebody who wants to say, keep her name out your mouth, he got everybody talking about her now, and, as well as him, and it's sad that he is obviously a broken man himself. Right. We all saw how he was laughing, and then all of a sudden it turned to violence. He has been emasculated tremendously. And I do wish that he eventually gets help for that, dealing with Jada. But
the daughter.
The apology itself was just unwarranted, as far as like it even needed. Sorry, let me get my words together. For it to actually, thank you, for it to be needed after he did something like that. I didn't really believe the apology. He's an actor; he can probably pull that out of his butt if he wanted to, just to appease the crowd. But he definitely made everything very uncomfortable going forward. How do you carry yourself like that? And the way he walked off stage, like he did something. It reminded me of a lot of men who similarly act that way when they're very insecure. Do overreact, overcompensate. It shows a lot of insecurity. Right. And I believe he is very insecure in his masculinity. And it's been probably exploited a lot over the years. But not to talk too much, I just wanted to say again that I agree with what you were saying. I follow you as well as other men and women on the platform. Pink Book Lessons, Dee Love Dorsey, men like Mediocre Tutorials and Reviews, Poor Man Podcast, including Kevin Samuels. And it's just they're saying similar things about him, unfortunately. That he needs to definitely get help. But thank you again for taking the time to listen to me.
Absolutely, Ebony. Thank you for, supporting my platform. I appreciate you.
No problem. You have a good day.
You too. Thank you. I'm gonna take one more call before I close out for the night, because I want to continue. I'm gonna finish the I'm sorry part. So I'm gonna take one more call before I close. Caller, how are you?
Hello, how are you today?
Hi, I'm great, and you?
I'm doing well. Thanks for asking. I've been in and out of your live. I've been working from home today, so I've been catching bits and pieces of you.
Okay.
But I did want to comment about the whole Will Chris incident.
Okay.
And just from my personal opinion, it's one of them situations where I understand the other perspective about him defending his wife, him honoring his wife, but at the same time, it work on both levels. You have to honor your husband. And sometimes when you're honoring others, you do have to take, somewhat of an L. And it's like, yeah, I'm very sorry. She's suffering from, her medical conditions. That is where the baldness stems from. But it's like, was it worth risking what that whole night was for? It's like he won an amazing award, Now it's all on social media that the Academy Awards, that they want to do a review process of the whole situation, and they want to see what type of disciplinary actions they can take according to their policy and guidelines. And it's like, with all this hard work and years of sacrifice and sweating and grinding and hustling, it can all this be let go or forfeited because you lost your temper in a moment's notice. You understand? And it's like, to me, it's like, yeah, that hurt her feelings. And I don't blame her feelings for being hurt, because nobody likes to be talked about, especially on live TV, but it's like, this is what you all worked for. And you can't let people's non-factors, negative comments, negative energy stand in the way of that. You understand where I'm coming from? And if And if that was me in that situation, you know, if it was me and my husband and he had this really big evening, this really big event, you know, and if I did feel offended or slighted, we don't focus on that today because we're here to celebrate you and all the things that you've done with your life.
Exactly. It's his moment. That was his moment. It wasn't even about her.
What if the police were called?
Yeah.
I mean, they were called. Chris just decided not to press charges, but what if he would have pressed charges? He would have been well within his right legally.
Yeah.
You know, and it's like we have to go through that whole process. You know, I don't have anything against any one of them because I don't know them. You know, they're celebrities. We just know what we see on social media.
Yeah.
But just kind of just looking at that one singular incident, it's like, yes, he was honoring her, but at the same time, you have to honor him too. I'm not going to throw away years of work and sacrifice because of a nobody, essentially, because Chris Rock, although he's a celebrity, he's nobody to them. He don't pay their bills. They don't have to check in with him and come home to him and answer to him. So anybody outside of your household is a nobody. And at that point, you're not going to ruin what we work for.
Yeah.
That was just more so of a statement, but I did just want to put that out there. You know, I do believe in men and women, Black, because we're talking about Black folks tonight.
Yeah.
You know, we just deserve equal respect and equal honor. So yes, he is to uphold and honor her, but at the same time, you know, like I said, your feelings might be hurt, but at the end of the day, think about the greater picture, the bigger picture. My man done worked hard for this. Ain't anybody gonna blow our high.
Yeah, you're right. What's your name?
But that was all I wanted, though. Thank you for answering the phone and just keep doing what you do.
Oh, okay. Thank you. Have a good night.
You too. Bye.
Bye. She was on point. She was on point, and she's absolutely right. You know, the honor, the respect, and the appreciation goes both ways. I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna close out for the night. I'm gonna, you know, close the phone lines down. And you know, I just wanna, you know, just finish, you know, the I'm sorry part, you know, to the Black men, you know, that have been through the hurt that has been overlooked. You know, like I said earlier, there's a lot of Black men that don't even understand true love, don't understand the appreciation, the care aspect. If it, and I want us as Black women to kind of think about this. How do you really appreciate something you've never had? Let's be real. How do you value something you've never had? It's like when you get something, if you get something new and you don't know how to use it, you kind of got to get used to it. You know, I think that's how some men are. You know, there's a lot of men that are I want to say closed off, you know, still dealing with stuff that they don't talk to us about. Like, or us, or we, as I said, or us, are we as Black women like asking men, like, is there anything you want to talk about? Is there anything on your mind? You know, or just having that environment, that safe and comfortable environment that you don't even have to ask that question, but you just reassure them, like, I'm here. I got your back. I'm here to listen. You know, I'm here to comfort you. I'm here to be compassionate. You know, I think that goes a long way. And men, when you have that with an amazing Black woman, understand that you have that. Understand that that's your safe haven. That's a safe space for you to be able to share. And I also want to encourage you to be open with your mate. You know, be open with them about what's going on inside of you. Because I'm sure a lot of y'all are blessed with a great Black woman that you can go to and talk to, that's understanding and that's ready to listen to you. And when you get done, ready to comfort you, you know, and ask you, are you okay? You know, how are you feeling? And even checking on you after that. I'm sorry y'all never had that before. But I'm just saying tonight, if you have that, because it's a lot of women that message me and they're concerned. They're concerned about y'all. They're concerned about the man they're in a relationship with. They're like, I love him and I care about him. I just want him to talk to me. I want to be his rock. I want to be his peace. I want to be his shield. I want to be all these things to him, but he has to let me, and he's not letting me. So black men tonight, I'm saying if you have that, and a lot of y'all know what y'all have, allow that amazing black woman in. Allow her to help you heal. You don't know what she may be able to do. I'm sorry for what y'all went through growing up. I'm sorry that nobody listened to y'all. It seemed like nobody cared. I'm sorry for all the things that you may have went through. And it's not, somebody said earlier, it's not your responsibility to apologize. I'm not apologizing because I caused the pain. I'm giving black men the apology that they never ever had. I love y'all so much. And, thank y'all for tuning in with me tonight. And just be looking forward for me dropping a date of my talk show, because it's coming back. And it's going to be just like this. It's going to be this format like it was before. The call-in number is going to stay the same. I'm going to make sure that you have the call-in number, that everybody has the call-in number. One more thing I want to touch on. If you have not got my book, Can I Be Your Best Friend? I promise you, you won't be disappointed. You won't be disappointed about it. It's powerful. It's amazing. When we get off this line, and when we get off of here, go to my website, IamShalakemia.com, and get your copy. Get your copy. Because tomorrow I'm gonna go ahead and I'm going to finish making those phone calls. I'm going to try to call every single person that gets this audio book. It's not a book you have to read. You don't have to wait for it to come in the mail. It downloads right on your phone. And all you have to do is listen to my voice. All you have to do is listen to me pour into you. I love y'all so much. I'll be looking forward to talking to some of y'all tomorrow, and have a great night.